Welcome back to the Trapper's Cabin / Workshop. It's Wilderness Fun, and I hope you had a good jerky break. Big J, what do you see wrong with this?
Looks like it got a big gouge in there of some kind. What do we got going?
This is damage from a woodworm that I was talking about in part 1. Now, here in part 2, we're going to keep it nice and short for you folks because it's just finishing up part 1, of course. And Big J, you said I can clean this blindfolded or my eyes closed. I accept that challenge. Should I open them before I think I'm done? Challenge failed. Pick a spot for me to work on.
Let's work on some of that barky area there too. And what are you using today?
We're going to use some stone because in part 1 I mentioned how I could use stone but never got around to it. So we're going to use a nice crystallized stone shard found locally here in Indiana. It's a type of red quartz, not rose quartz, red quartz. So, eyes are closed. I'm going to isolate the area right about there. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Big J and I love questions. We will get back to you in the next episode. And if I don't have the answers, I will find them. Whether it means I have to track Sasquatch down and trade jerky or use Big J as bait.
I have the first question.
Sure.
If you slip and cut your finger, how do you want me to act?
How would you act?
It depends on if it's all the way off.
Well, as you can tell, I'm holding at an angle. So let's say I did slip. You see what's happening?
Yep.
So that is something I did take into consideration. Now, traditionally, what's the most important thing about wood in Native American culture or even modern society?
Pay attention to the grain.
Pay attention to the grain, but also it is a fundamental for structure. We use it for our shops, our homes, even building fire. Now, the second thing that is essential is the type of wood. Pine will smell like turpentine. I'm sure you knew that. But it is a softwood and makes really good for fire sticks, which we will cover in another episode. So here in a couple seconds, I'm gonna open my eyes and see how well I did.
Can you tell us what you're feeling for?
Yes. Do you remember what that punky wood felt like?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm feeling for that, but then that good layer of wood underneath of it. And using stone is a little harder to tell because it's more abrasive. So, we're getting close there. But this is essentially how you would debark stuff back in the day. And look at that. I did get down to the good wood.
Yeah, you're right down there. You can see the color change.
So, can it be done with stone? Yes. Do I recommend you do it with your eyes closed? No. Not unless you know what you're doing and are truly comfortable with the wood. If you say you know maple and can do it blindfolded, doesn't mean you should. I did this because I was asked off camera. So, it's been fun, Big J. What are we doing in the next episode?
I think you're going to get to see my take on some stuff, right?
Yes, and because it's rabbit season, what was that one little toy I was telling you about that had you all worked up like a little kid in a candy store?
We're gonna make some chocmas.
Now, what is a chocma?
Well, from what you were showing me, it's basically a club that you throw at rabbits.
Yes. Yes. And it's a very interesting and primitive way of hunting rabbits. Now, modern point on hunting rabbits, what do we use?
Shotguns.
22, shotgun. Yep. It's been fun. Stay tuned.